Hello, we are live. Hello, everybody. Hi, happy Wednesday night. Oh my gosh, the day has flown by. They're all starting to merge together, and it's really hot in this office. So I am going to give it to you live for a little bit here, and then I am going to crash hardcore in the air conditioning that exists right outside of that door, but not in this office. Hello, everybody that's signing on. Go ahead and say hi. Tell me your name. Tell me how your day has been. Tell me if you have. Hi, Akshay. Thank you. I'm a big fan too of you. Hi, David. Tell me if you have air conditioning wherever you are. You look gorgeous. Thank you, Bill. Hi, Victor. Notification squad from Just Awesome. Hola, Jose. Abhishek. Hi, Jamar from Kentucky. Hi, Byron. Hi, Ken. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Love from Australia. Oh, I love Australia. Thank you, Brian. I'm Assad from India. Avishek Tyagi. Avishek, am I saying that correctly? Hi from Boston. New viewer. Hi, Jim. Hi, Chad. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you're new to my channel or if you've been here before, you might be noticing I'm doing live videos now on Wednesday. So I put out a new video on this channel every Thursday at 9 a.m. Central. That's 10 Eastern. That's 7 a.m. Pacific. Always unexpected this moment. Thank you, Sasha. I do try to keep y'all on your toes. Hi, Harry. So I do a live video on Wednesday, sort of like office hours. Well, thank you, Rex. Thank you, Tiago. I used to nanny someone named Tiago. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Billy. From Oahu. From South Africa. What the fuck? Everyone, will you please tell me what time it is where you are? Because this is cool. Like Oahu and South Africa, it's got to be like 12 or 24 hours apart. Like those are really far apart. That's pretty cool. It is 9:22 p.m. where I am. I just finished coaching. Okay, it's 4:22 p.m. where Billy is. That's 4 in the morning for Christopher. Thank you, Larry, for the compliment. 10:22 in the Dominican Republic. I bet it's 10:22 p.m. You're on Eastern time. It's noon in Australia. This Okay, I'm just gonna admit something to you. How cool is this? Bermuda is at 7:52 a.m. 2:22 in Ghana, Minnesota, Philly. I love that y'all are tuning in from like all over the world. Thank you, Billy, for noticing my earpods. Y'all, I'm not a tech person. I have this fancy microphone right off camera here. Yeah, fancy microphone connected to my fancy laptop, and I went to stream on YouTube from my laptop tonight. And yes, Chicago. Hey, Chicago. Um, I went to stream from my laptop, and YouTube was like, "Oh, you need encoding software," and I was like, I spent like 15 minutes on it. I wanted to start the YouTube live at 9. It's already 9:23, so after 15 minutes, I was like, "This is taking too long. I will have my tech support come in and help me. Can I help you with your ED problem?" Yes, that's what I am good at. Tech support, live stream, encoding applications. Look at this. Thank you. I worked so hard on these guns. I'm so proud of these. So proud. Oh, they look really good in this light too. Damn. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Keith. Hi, Keith. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. All right. What did I name this video? Oh, better erection. So the reason I wanted to talk about this is that I have pills do not work for Michael. I hear you on that. Yeah, pills don't often work because you know what? The reason that you can't get an erection is not because there's a lack of Viagra in your system. Okay. You used to be able to get erections before you ever heard of Viagra, and you can get great erections without Viagra even now, even today. Will this help men over 40? Yeah, absolutely. So let's be really clear. Let's set some just sort of like ground understanding definitions. This advice is going to help men who can get erections. They have a strong enough cardiovascular system, they're in good enough health that they can physically get an erection, okay? This could be like do you wake up with an erection sometimes? If you wake up with an erection, that's a great indication that this is going to work for you. If you don't wake up with an erection, I suggest that you go see a doctor. Have your cardiovascular system checked out. Like, how's your diet? How is your physicality? How's your blood flow? How is your heart health? Hi, Steven. Nice to see you. Oh my gosh. It's like, I feel like we're getting like a regular audience tuning in, and I really appreciate you all. I really, really, I'm so glad. Thank you for showing up. Okay. So if you are a relatively healthy man who's capable of getting an erection, wakes up with an erection sometimes, then this thing that I'm about to teach you is going to help you to get better erections, stronger erections, so that the angle of your erection is, say you're here right now, it's going to go up. You're going to fight gravity. Your erection is going to be gravity defying, which is awesome. It's going to get stronger. It's going to have more blood in it. Might be harder. Um, if we don't get if you don't get morning wood, it's not a serious problem. It's just you should consult with a doctor, consult with someone who can tell you about the state of your health, the state of your heart. Um, your ability to get an erection and you getting morning wood on a regular basis is a great indicator of your overall cardiovascular strength. So not getting erections in the morning is a sometimes can be an indicator of not great erection strength. Do you guys love that I have like all my to-do lists back there? Size does not matter. Uh, the size is not going to make any difference for this exercise that I'm about to teach you. Now, I do want to talk for a moment. So we talked a little bit about like having erection. So you might have erectile dysfunction in that you can't get erect for a partner. But if you can still get erect when you're masturbating, or you still get erections, first thing in the morning, then this is going to be helpful for you in getting stronger erections. For some men, it will help with ED. But we can't really get into like the full specifics. I don't think that I can give you enough detail on that to even really scratch the surface. But I do want to talk very briefly about PE. This exercise that I'm going to teach you will actually help you to last longer in bed. Because the thing that I'm going to teach you is about strengthening your pelvic floor. All right, your pelvic floor is this sort of like hammock of muscles that extends from the front to the back of the body along the whole bottom between the legs, all across the groin. It's actually layers of muscles. I want you really just to think about it like a hammock. And let's all for a minute just pause and consider how amazing the pelvic floor is. Like, even as you're sitting there right now, if you're sitting up in any way, your pelvic floor is holding up all of your organs. Your pelvic floor is the reason that you are not just like a hot mess of organs all over the floor. Like, bravo, pelvic floor. Thank you so much for doing your job. It's such a critical series of muscles, and how we don't really give it any credit. It does amazing work all day, every day of keeping our organs in. So that's the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is also part of the series of muscles that prevents urine. So it stops the flow of urine while you are using the restroom. So you're peeing, and then yes, shout out to the and then you stop peeing. The thing that cuts off the stream of urine is actually a muscle that cuts over the urethra. You squeeze it, it squeezes down the urethra, and it stops the flow of urine. Okay, so that is what essentially we're working with here. That's the pelvic floor. That's the PC, the pubococcygeus muscle, and it is also the muscle that, as you can imagine, is responsible for lifting your erection. So, quick test to see your pelvic floor strength. I want you to. You don't have to do it right now. I mean, if you're equipped to do it, you absolutely can do it right now. But just wait until the next time that you have an erection. Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, someone from this chat sent me an email and I tried to move it. Okay, the next time that you have an erection, I want you to lay down flat on your back. Lay your erection so that the head is facing up towards your body, so that it's like facing up towards your belly button. And then laying flat on your back, squeeze your pelvic floor to see if you can lift your erection off of your body. Okay? I know, I know. I lost a bunch of people there. I'm so sorry. I won't try to click the emails anymore. Okay, so erection test, pelvic floor strength test. You're laying down flat on your back, you have an erection, you try to lift it off and away from your body. If you are able to easily lift it off and away from your body and then even hold it for a couple of breaths, then you can rest assured that you have a pretty strong pelvic floor. If it's very hard for you to lift it up and away from your body, or it's hard for you to hold it away from your body for any amount of time, then you might have a weak pelvic floor. Now, whether or not you have an already strong pelvic floor or a weak pelvic floor doesn't make any difference because this exercise is still going to improve your erection quality. And there are men out there that have strong pelvic floors and still do not know exactly how to use them appropriately in order to last longer in bed. Okay, so we're all going to do this together now. Hello, everybody. Lift my, I can do that jokes aside. Where exactly is the pelvic floor? So the pelvic floor is, it is the hammock of muscles that goes in between your legs, across your groin. The reason that it's called the pubococcygeus, if you're familiar with these terms, pubo, as in pubis, like the front of the body, and coccygeus is the tailbone. So it goes pubococcygeus from the front of the body all the way back to the tailbone. They're again the hammock. They're just kind of like holding up the organs. Think about this as the thing that is supporting your bladder, your tummy. Everything is like constantly working down on it. Everything is all of your muscles are constantly like gravity is constantly exerting pressure on your pelvic floor, and so your pelvic floor is being worked all day every day, and if it weren't in place there you would experience, prolapse of your organs. Okay, so that's where the pelvic floor is. And now I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to teach this exercise for strengthening the pelvic floor, which means I'm going to look away from the comments just so that I can stay focused on doing this exercise. So save your questions and we'll get back to them in just a minute. I see you raising your hand. I love that. But let's do this all together now. Okay, what I'm going to teach you is exactly how I teach my clients in my one-on-one coaching how to begin to exercise their pelvic floor. So if you've heard of Kegel muscles or Kegel exercises, I find that a lot of people do them wrong. And if you do your Kegel exercises wrong, you can actually do a lot of damage to your body. You can actually make premature ejaculation worse, and you can have zero effect on curing erectile dysfunction, and you can shorten your pelvic floor and actually shorten your penis if you really mess them up. So it really matters that we get this right, and this is why I teach it to my clients in this really particular way. Okay, so you're watching this YouTube, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. That's going to be the most basic breathing pattern. We're going to start right there. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe even make a little sigh, just let it go. I want you to notice that as you're breathing in through your nose, stand up, you feel a little extension in your belly. In, out, in, out. I want you to just follow the flow of your body as you inhale and expand, exhale and contract. Inhale, expand, exhale and contract. Notice how this is true for your ribs, this is true for your chest, this is true for your belly. It expands and it contracts. Now we're going to bring in the pelvic floor. So on your next exhale, as you are exhaling air out your body and as you're contracting your body up close, pulling everything in, I want you to squeeze the muscle that stops the flow of urine. So you're going to inhale and exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscle, squeeze as if you were going to stop the flow of urine. And then inhale, release the muscle. Exhale, squeeze. Release the muscle. Exhale, squeeze. Release the muscle. So on this exercise, this is just part one, but I'm going to check in with you just for a moment now. you're going to notice that as you would squeeze your abdomen in to sort of compress the air out, like you're like a toothpaste tube, you're rolling out all the toothpaste, right? So you're squeezing your pelvic floor up and in, you're squeezing your abs up and in, you're squeezing your chest up and in, releasing all of that air. All right, here's the second part of the exercise. Now that you've got the exhale, we're going to do the inhale. The inhale is the way less familiar part. So, this is the part that you probably have never experienced before. And so, I want you to really close your eyes if that helps and really focus on what I'm about to say. So, when you inhale, you fill up your diaphragm and it pushes down. All right. When it pushes down, it actually puts pressure on your pelvic floor and pushes that down. So when you inhale, you're going to allow your pelvic floor to expand downward into the chair, into the bed, into whatever you're sitting on. It's almost like at neutral, the elevator is at ground floor. When you inhale, the elevator moves down to the basement. And when you exhale and squeeze, it moves all the way back up to the first floor. So let's try this all together. Take a deep breath in and feel your pelvic floor through your perineum, your taint pushing down into the floor or underneath you, under the chair, onto the bed. Squeeze on your on your exhale and bring that muscle or that elevator all the way up. Inhale, push it down, push your perineum, push your taint down to the chair. Exhale, squeeze it, squeeze the flow of urine, stop the flow of urine, squeeze that muscle and bring it all the way back up. Inhale, push it all the way down. Exhale, squeeze it all the way back up. This is the core of learning how to do a proper Kegel exercise. It is a two-part exercise. You must expand and contract. For those of you that are still got your eyes closed, you can come on back to the live stream. You can start putting your questions in the question comments area again. That is the core of what it feels like to do an appropriate Kegel. Now, the reason that I like to combine it with the breathing exercise is that it helps you to stay present in your body. Growing yoga. It is growing yoga. Absolutely. Breathing helps you to stay present in your body, helps you to really anchor the technique. And like I said, the diaphragm literally pushes up and pulls down. That feels kind of painful, says Billy. Which part of it felt painful? Harry Harding wants to know how long. I recommend that you do this breathing exercise for at least 10 rounds of breath, but you can really do it for way longer. I mean, you could do it for 10 minutes if you wanted to. Is it normal for the butthole to tighten up while doing this exercise? Excellent question, Zen. Little challenging to answer. So the butthole, your anus, your anal sphincter is a part of your pelvic floor. So it's not uncommon for it to tighten up, especially when you exhale out. But it is not where we want the focus of tightening to be. The focus of tightening should be in the pee stop muscle, the urine stop muscle, or the erection lifting muscle, right? You'll notice that you can actually squeeze that muscle without squeezing your butthole. Or if your butthole gets squeezed, it gets squeezed less. So you can take a minute and try to experience that right now. Like try just the practice of squeezing your butthole versus squeezing your erection lifting muscle or your PC muscle. Or for the women that are watching this stream, you're squeezing the muscle that is the entrance of your vagina. You're squeezing the muscle that is analogous to squeezing down on your partner during penetrative sex. So do this breathing exercise with the Kegel workout on the floor. Excellent question. So obviously I did it sitting up. I imagine that many of you did it sitting up, squeezing on the exhale. So we're actually releasing and relaxing and pushing down on the exhale. So we don't want to push so hard that we cause discomfort. We just want to push hard enough that we're letting the muscle fully extend down before we squeeze it back up. Then down, squeeze back up. Now, if you notice pain or discomfort, just stop. Just stop. Right? There's no reason to push past that. The truth is that many of you probably have never exercised this muscle before, ever, not once. And you can imagine if you never exercised a muscle before, and then all of a sudden you start putting it through its paces, you might actually do more harm than good. So the point of this exercise is not to hurt; it's just to slowly strengthen this muscle. I recommend that you do this exercise every single day. I think that you should spend a couple minutes before every time you masturbate. Stop lower abs from vacuuming when squeezing the PC muscle. So for right now, it's okay to bring other muscles along. You can bring your lower abs along, but ultimately you want to be able to isolate that muscle. I used to make my erection move all the time. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, so you were just practicing your pelvic floor. You were using your pelvic floor to like bounce your erection up and down. If you've noticed that there's now weakness in that muscle that you can't bounce up and down, then now is a good time for you to go back to working out that muscle and making sure that you're getting the full extension and the full squeeze. Are the Kegel training apps worth using? I have a couple clients that use the private gym and have got really great results with that. I mean, it's really just about timing your body. So I do this exercise so that you can learn how to do it appropriately, but then you can separate this exercise from the breathing and do just those exercise. Someone asked if this is going to impact the prostate. No. Yeah, I mean, in the sense that there's interconnection, they're related, but no, this is not going to have any direct effect on the prostate. If you want to do something that has a direct effect on the prostate, I highly recommend that you do a prostate massage. The best way to do that is entering through the anus. Prostate is located about 1 to 2 inches towards the front of the body. I called it the happy liver. That is so funny. I do Kegel, but pain below kidney. Do you experience that pain during other times? Yeah, and Zen Mood wants to know, does adding mild resistance makes it better? Yes, it does. But you do not want to start adding resistance until you have a really, really, really strong pelvic floor. Again, you're going to have this muscle forever. You don't want to work it out too quickly, too fast. Push it to her. Lower ab and left testicle hurt. Um, I can't say exactly what it is that you're doing wrong, except for that it sounds like you're exerting or you're pushing too hard. Um, I like to think about it like, okay, so when you do the Kegel and you squeeze, you want to squeeze to the degree that is comfortable. You don't have to start at full strength. Again, you're going to have this muscle forever. You do not need to strain it. There's always tomorrow. You can train tomorrow and the day after and the day after. So, especially if you're new to Kegel training, don't go too hard, too fast. So, you got to squeeze to the degree that is comfortable. But then when you release and you push down, when you squeeze and you push down, you do not want to exert yourself to the point that you cause pain. You feel pain in your testicle, you feel pain in your abdomen. You might be just overexerting. You might just be doing it a little bit too much, and you need to let your body relax and move up to that place. So we really want to think about like how your muscles work. You have to fully extend them. Use this or you have to fully extend them to get the full range of motion, right? If I just do bicep curls like this, I'm really not getting the full range of motion, and I really don't have the opportunity to pull the muscle all the way, which is where the growth happens. Oh, thank you. My voice is like ASMR. Compliment received. Tell that to the many, many people who have expressed dislike for my voice. Okay. I appreciate that a lot, though. I really do. Okay. So that is the core of a Kegel exercise. I mean, the exercise during sex, but is that how we initiate the muscles similar during sex or not? Okay. Yes. So that's a great question. So actually, this is very similar to how you are going to use your muscles during sex. I mean, the muscles are weak if you ejaculate too early. Often it does mean that your pelvic floor is weak if you are ejaculating too early. You do use this muscle during sex. You can use the PC muscle either to stop ejaculation, so like you're about to ejaculate, and then you use the PC. This is a kind of an advanced technique. You can use the PC muscle to stop you from ejaculating because just like it stops the flow of urine, it also stops the flow of ejaculate. Cool, right? And at the same time, you also, when you're having sex with a woman, there are certain positions where it's going to feel more pleasurable for her if you squeeze your pelvic floor and sort of move the angle of your erection inside of her. What gym exercises would you recommend for a guy to improve sex? So, the only gym exercises that I really recommend are things that boost your cardiovascular system. So, cardio is really helpful. Things that boost stamina are really helpful, and things that make you feel more confident. Um, Aw, thank you, Miguel from Canada. Oh, you guys don't even know my love of Canada, source of happiness. Oh, thank you. How about the squeeze techniques? I assume that you're meaning the squeezing the head of the penis. Very popular technique taught by all of the cobweb covered people that developed it 50 years ago. How do you relax the PC muscle during sex? That is a great question. Well, practice, 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 practice relaxing the PC muscle on your own during solo sex, and you will be better able to practice it during partnered sex. There was just a question on there that I missed, and I apologize for that. Um, I stop at that squeeze PC muscle. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, our democracy. So using the PC muscle during sex, you do want to be able to relax the PC muscle. That's why the reverse kegel is so important. Yes, this live will be uploaded, so you can catch the whole thing as soon as it's done. It takes like 10 minutes and it uploads the high def version. The PC muscle during sex. Okay, so here's one of the challenges. A lot of men use their PC muscle to create tension, and it actually pushes them towards orgasm. A lot of y'all are walking around right now with fully squeezed, tight as hell pelvic floor muscles. And then you ejaculate really early because there's already so much tension in your pelvic floor. I don't know about the prolonged device. If you ejaculate too soon, does it mean your PC muscle isn't strong enough? It might mean that. There's a whole bunch of reasons, a whole bunch of things that cause premature ejaculation, but a PC muscle, a weak PC muscle is definitely one of them. A tight and overly, because there's a difference between tight and strong, right? You can have a tight muscle that isn't strong, and a tight PC muscle can cause PE too. A PC muscle that is constantly being um, squeezed, whether or not you know that. Like, think about it right now. When you go into work, are you squeezing your pelvic floor? Are there tension in your pelvic floor? When you talk to your girlfriend or your wife, do you feel tension in your pelvic floor? If that's the case, then you need to develop the strength to relax your pelvic floor. You need to practice ejaculating on your own, masturbating on your own without the pelvic floor being tightened, being squeezed, without holding tension in your pelvic floor. If you can do that on your own, then you will be able to do that with a partner. How do I get maximum erection? This is part of it. This is exactly how. This is the core. I already taught you the core. Go back and watch this video from the beginning, how to get a stronger erection without needing to add weight, to add resistance. If you just do what I taught you, if you just do that breathing exercise and you start to squeeze and relax and squeeze and relax your pelvic floor, and then you take that away from the breathing and you start doing it on your own. Squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax. You start to hold it. Squeeze, relax. Thank you for the compliments on my armpit. Squeeze 5 seconds, relax. Squeeze for 30 seconds, relax. It's just like any other exercise. You do change the number of reps, change the amount of squeeze that you are like the hardness. How hard are you squeezing? How to get rid of performance anxiety? Well, one of the ways to get rid of performance anxiety is to masturbate in a way that makes you feel more comfortable and more confident in your ability to perform. Thank you, Zune. Thank you, Will KSR. Um, How do I shoot bigger loads? I'm working on that one right now, Derek. Just so you know, within the next couple years, I'm going to develop a supplement to shoot bigger loads because I've been interested in that, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'm pretty excited about it though. I don't know. I've never done a supplement before. I couldn't even figure out how to get YouTube to do a live stream, but I'm very confident that I can figure it out. I'm also very confident that you can figure this all out. You have everything that you need right now. You now have the only tool that you need to strengthen your pelvic floor enough to get you started. Now, if you want to know the rest, I made a whole series of video products. I made a whole video, rather, sorry, a whole module on strengthening your pelvic floor in my new course, which is called Come When You Want. If you want to get on the list to get the announcement when that course comes out very soon, Go down the description of this video, and thank you, Bill, and sign up for my free guide. My free guide will give you the very first step to lasting longer in bed. You are going to want to use that to practice right away. And then the rest of the video course is going to walk you through everything that I have taught here tonight, but in further detail. And you're literally going to get a recording of me walking you through it. So you can like put that up in your phone and you can listen to that. You could be doing Kegel exercises while you're on the bus. You can be doing them in traffic. I used to do them every time I got into a car. It was like every time I got into a car, I would just immediately do my Kegel exercises, like a great trigger. You can do them while you're flossing, whatever you need to do to remind yourself to do your pelvic floor exercises. You can do them in the bathroom. Yeah, you can even just practice right now by stopping the next time you go to pee. Try to stop the flow of urine. Isolate that muscle. Feel what it feels like, even just to squeeze that muscle, and then feel what it feels like to relax it. And you're going to be on your way to getting better erections, lasting longer in bed, keeping the erectile dysfunction away. It's going to be a win win. Okay, it's hot as hell in this office. I gotta get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for signing in. I love seeing your faces. I love seeing your questions. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Michael. Do you guys want me to keep doing this? Do you like Sex Coach office hours on Wednesdays? I kind of like it. I love you too, Chad. Thank you, Shane. If you guys like this, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me to keep doing it. Please tune in and watch the video, or come by my channel tomorrow, YouTube Caitlin V. Come by the channel tomorrow, watch the new video. Oh, the video tomorrow, I should plug this. Oh, get it? Plug. That was good. The video tomorrow is on how I became a sexpert, and it's all ways that you can become a sexpert without having to go to school. Because I'll tell you, I did a lot of school for this, and I learned so much in the ways that I'm going to share with you tomorrow that I did not actually learn in school. I think it's like the 7 ways that I became a sexpert. Thank you, Zen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Mwah!